Hello, everybody, and welcome to one of multiple recordings I'm going to be doing today. As you know, the new Mass Effect 3 DLC launched. This pack, called the Resurgence pack, is now live on the marketplace. While we don't have access to the characters, we do have access to the two new maps, Firebase Hydra and Firebase Condor, and this is a playthrough of Firebase Hydra, the first of the two maps. And I'm going to give you some background commentary as we watch through it again. So the new characters are actually extremely interesting. We have 6 new characters in total. You have the Asari Adept Justicar, you have the Krogan Vanguard Battlemaster, as well as the Batarian Soldier and Sentinel, and the Geth Infiltrator and Engineer. Hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about those. As soon as I gain access to them, I will have videos up covering their abilities, as well as how they function and some of their melee stuff works. So you can see here this is Hydra. As far as we know, Hydra takes place on a massive water dam. You'll be able to see that around. The point we're coming up on here is the close quarters area. Most of the map is open, but there are a few close quarters areas, so I'm just sitting here dropping some grenades. When I did actually do this, we had a fantastic team, so I was really lucky to do so. This is the operations deck. You have the memory core there, and it looks like some Geth infrastructure. You can see over to the left is the waterfall. I do another scenic pan around in a little while here. And over there is one of the closed-in areas outside of the operations center. It's like a little shield bunker. You see some more Geth stuff up there. So this is definitely something I would call a Geth place. I'm not sure exactly. I want to say it's on the Quarian homeworld, based on what I was looking at when I was exploring this map earlier today. Back into the close quarters area. The close quarters area is great, especially if you have an objective in here, because it's really easy to hold down with some automatic weapons fire and frag grenades. And it's also a great way to get around. The map is fairly open, even in this close quarters area. Just really well done as far as the openality goes. It's one thing that I'm enjoying about these two maps. While most of the ones we have currently, besides Tuchanka, really focus on close quarters, wall-to-wall combat, this is more open. Hydra is, and then Firebase Condor is as well. But it's some really interesting stuff here. We get lucked out. We actually get 3 uploads. As you can see here, the close quarters is fantastic. They all just funnel right to you, especially with Cerberus. We're getting multiple kill streaks, me and the other soldier, by just chucking frag grenades. As far as the soldier class goes, that is what I mainly do play as. I just really enjoy the class. I always played a soldier in single player, and I enjoy guns over powers. But I've started to experiment a little bit with the powers because we've had multiplayer additions to the Mass Effect series, and I'm actually starting to enjoy the Adept as well as the Sentinel. I love the utility of the Sentinel too. But the big deciding point for me in the previous games was the soldiers were the only class that could use assault rifles. Now that everyone can customize their loadouts, however they want, it's good that you have assault rifles across all the classes. What I am hoping for with the Batarian Soldier and the Batarian Sentinel is they have combat roles as well. That's the one thing. If you guys have watched some other montages, I'm sure you've realized that I love to play my Turian characters. I enjoy my Turian Sentinel. However, I just don't enjoy the fact that he can't combat roll. As you can see, I use it a lot, especially with abilities like Marksman and Adrenaline Rush to get in, out really quick. I'm kind of a high-risk person. Given this this game and the other one on Firebase Condor I'm going to upload later today are both uploads from Bronze League gameplay. I normally do Gold, but just for the sake of, it was my lunch break and I wanted to show you guys these maps, I played a few Bronze with these guys, just plow through them. They ended up being 15 to 17 minutes each, so we were doing really well with that. Now back in the close quarters, I really don't know what that is down there. You'll see I take a peek up here, and I really don't know what that is. I probably should, playing Mass Effect 3 4 or 5 times through and do multiplayer for numerous hours, but hey, we digress. Now over here, you see the dam, and the dam actually extends to the right and to the left. I love how they did some bird foliage there, and the water looks fantastic. I think I loop around here to take a peek at it right there. Just looks great. So you're basically on the management platform of a hydraulics plant, or a hydration plant, excuse me. Hence the name Hydra, right? but really industrial. I like the feel. They really made it artistic in the sense that you have some of the Geth architecture, but you also have some of the massive boxes here in the industrial side of it. Now this is the other side of the map. I look out on the ocean here. The vista's great. I was really impressed with the vista. Most of the other maps have just flat vistas or cityscapes, and this one extends out. So it's pretty cool to see that. Now you're locked off there. This is more of the close quarters area on the ground. It's pretty open. I would compare it to that of the DLC mission, or the excuse me, the demo mission. What is that? Firebase White, where it's really open and really straightforward. I think Firebase White is the one, because there's also Firebase Novaria, which is a close quarters as well. But you can tell the architecture is just really, really well done here. We're about 6 minutes into the video. I'm going to keep commentary going, but I may cut it off here and there because I feel like I've explained most of the map here. I'll let you guys just enjoy some of the gameplay. I think over here I actually look and pan. There's a whole landing pad area, which is where you started out at, over there to the left. I think I run around in here. Yeah, here's one of the landing pads right there. This is actually where you get extracted. This is your extraction point. And we had another security hack. This is into the close quarters building. It's funny, I saw the button and I was like, oh my gosh, can I button down something? But unfortunately I could not, which is a little frustrating. So we digress. But all in all, I really do like this map. One big thing that a lot of people have been asking me today, because I was talking, I'm going to be hosting a live stream tonight, or if you view this video after April 10th, I hosted a live stream on my twitch.tv page, and we're going to be playing through these, and a lot of people were like, yeah, I'd love to join you, but I just can't afford the map pack. And BioWare actually released this map pack for free. The Resurgence DLC is a free map pack, so be sure to go download it. It's free until April 14th of 2014, so it's not like you don't have a lot of time to do so. But I would definitely go check it out. The two maps are a great addition. The two maps are a really great addition, and they did a great job at making these maps. I think there was a lot of effort and time put into these. I do wish I would have paid for a pack that came with 4 maps instead of 2, but since this is free, I have no right to complain, and neither do other gamers who are playing Mass Effect. But yeah, I really feel that this is a great free map pack. The fact that it comes with 6 additional characters is phenomenal. I'm interested to see what they're going to do, because as I said, they added 6 here: the Asari Justicar, the Krogan Battlemaster, the Batarian Sentinel, and the Batarian Soldier, and then you have the Geth Infiltrator and the Geth Engineer. So you've one of each class, These are really interesting classes, and I can see them. I can, see them. I just can't play them. And some of the abilities are actually extremely intriguing. For example, the Asari Justicar Adept, right, has, 2 abilities which we've all seen, which is Reave and Pull. But her main ability is actually a defensive field. It's, I can't remember what it was called, like a stasis bubble or something like that. But it doesn't freeze targets. Again, I haven't been able to upgrade it, so I can't see, what it really does. But picture Mass Effect 2, if you guys did play Mass Effect 2. And Samara had that huge bubble shield in the suicide mission where she protected you. And that is literally what it is. It extends a bubble shield around you, which shields you and your allies from damage for a certain amount of time, or a limited amount of damage. I'm not really sure. But as far as I know, it does move with you. So it's cool to have Samara's bubble shield. I know that's one of the trademark Asari Justicar talents, because she does use it a few times and a lot in this suicide mission in Mass Effect 2. So I'm really excited to kind of experiment with that ability. The Batarians are another interesting thing. We really don't see too many Batarians throughout the Mass Effect series. They've been in DLC or always as refugees, right? Especially in the 3rd game if you played the Arrival DLC for Mass Effect 2. But it's interesting to kind of look at the Batarians and how they've turned into like this kind of pirate race, right? They're really brutal. They're really straightforward combatants, and really tough, no emotions. And, based on the Resurgence trailer, if you haven't seen that, you can check it out on BioWare's page. Here, if the 2 guys get raped by a Nemesis, it was pretty bad. Or, excuse me, a Phantom. We went in to finish it off. But anyway, back to the Batarian point. The Batarians are really brutal, and that's one thing that I really am going to enjoy playing them. If you look at the Resurgence trailer, you see a few of their abilities. The Batarian Sentinel, for example, has this ability called a stasis net, or static net, something like that. And what he literally does is shoots a net out of his Omni tool that envelops a enemy and brings it to the ground and shocks it, which is really cool for especially setting up some kill shots. I think it'll be interesting to experiment with that ability, but I'll talk about that after I do get my hands on the Batarian Sentinel. Also, you have the Batarian Soldier, and both the Sentinel and the Soldier have this ability called Blade Armor, and I'm not really sure what that's going to be. I can only assume it'll be some kind of reactive armor, perhaps, but outside of that, I really don't see what it could be. If you have, if you have any ideas on what that is, or if you have experimented with it before I do, please post a comment. I'm really interested to see what we're gonna, see with that ability. Also, you have the Geth Engineer and the Geth Infiltrator, which are pretty trademarked. The Infiltrator comes with a proximity mine ability, which we've all seen. Not a big fan of the proximity mine. I prefer the frag grenade to the proximity mine, but it's still useful. Also, you have the Tactical Cloak, and then you have this ability. It's something around the lines of Hunter's Sense, which is like an Adrenaline Rush marksman buff, but for the Geth. So I'm interested in what it's going to do. My guess is boost shield power based on what we've seen with Legion's abilities, but it'll be interesting. So that's pretty trademarked. The Geth Engineer has actually got a great set of abilities I'm interested in getting my hands on. The first is the Geth Sentry Turret, which is exactly like the Quarian Engineer's ability. I'm just curious if it'll have any different, perk streaks when you put some points into it. They also have the Geth Hunter ability. Again, I'm not sure what that is. And then they have Overload, which is a great combination. I love Chain Overload. If you guys have seen my other montage videos with my Turian Sentinel, I use it all the time. So I'm really looking forward to playing the Geth Engineer. And I haven't really touched the Engineer outside of the Quarian, so I'm interested to see if this will kind of change my gameplay style. Also, I've talked about the Geth. I've talked about the Krogan Vanguard. Okay, this could be a game breaker. Not specifically for Gold and Silver League. Maybe Silver League, but not for Gold, because Gold you just out a ton of damage, and it's really hard to survive anyway. But the new Krogan Battlemaster is actually a Vanguard subtype of class. He's clad in heavy armor, kind of like Grunt's special squad members from the campaign. Sorry if I just spoiled that for you. It's not really too big of a deal. But he's clad in heavy armor, and the three abilities that he has are just crazy overpowered. One, if you upgrade a Krogan all the way and you go into the Berserker Rage, you can melee down Atlases in the Bronze League, which is pretty overpowered. Now imagine 4 of those, right? Bronze League, no problem. But as soon as you go up into the Silver and definitely the Gold League, you start to take a lot more damage. That's where I'm curious, because the Krogan Battlemaster's main 3 abilities are, you have the Biotic Charge, of course, the trademark ability. You have the Carnage ability, which is great for tearing people to pieces. If you haven't used it, I suggest you try. It's basically like a concussive shot, but explodes, which is awesome. Really effective against armor. And then you also have the Barrier ability, which I think is going to be extremely interesting, that you have Barrier, the Biotic Charge, and the Carnage, plus you're a Krogan. So I'm going to be interested to see if that break. I think it'll definitely break in Bronze League games. But anyway, so as you can see here, we've finished the map. This is the extraction point. I'm not sure if this is the only extraction point. I have barely played these packs. This is just on my lunch break out of class that I got this footage, because I wanted to get it out to you guys as soon as possible to showcase the new maps. Some of you are at work looking on your mobile phone or whatever. But it's an interesting pack. It's free, as I said. This map is Firebase Hydra. This has just been a commentary over that. And I honestly, download it, check it out. Again, if you come across any footage, because the characters are actually going to be hard to unlock, they still haven't released a specialized pack as they said they were for Resurgence DLC only. Which is unfortunate, but server issues is server issues, and I know they probably don't have too many people working on it over BioWare with packs just going down. But hopefully we'll get that later today, today being April 10th, and I'll be able to spend a couple bucks unlock some characters and spend some of my credits to unlock characters as well, as they are unlocked as normal characters, so it's going to be hard to get your hands on some of this stuff. Also, they included 3 weapons. If this round's about to end, so I'm not going to have time to talk about the weapons. If you're interested in the weapons and what I know about them, feel free to check out my Firebase Condor overview, and I'll be discussing and continuing this commentary there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to check out all of the links. I appreciate all of your support. Every like and subscribe actually helps me a ton. And we'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned for more Mass Effect footage this week as I start to unlock the characters and play more through the Resurgence DLC. Thanks for watching.